All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Hope you guys are all having a great Monday here today. It's been a very long week. My throat's a little bit scratchy, but I think we're going to be just fine. Hope you guys all had a good day or a good week here. I know it's been kind of volatile the last few days as far as like what's been going on in the world, but as far as Bitcoin's concerned, things have generally been pretty similar here. Nothing too crazy as far as we're concerned. I like what we're seeing. We have some flashing warning signs, but Bitcoin still remains bullish in the short term here. The stock market still seems to be going up, so hopefully that gives a little bit of a tailwind to Bitcoin here, and we can start going up a little bit more. So before we get started with the stream here today, let me move a couple things over. There we go. And hey, Tony Striker and Tony again, what up, man? Hope you guys are all having a good day here. Oh, let me make sure that my other stream is also good to go here as well. There we go. All right. Give Loki a little bit of a treat before we get started. He's coming over. Yep, there you go. There you go. Yeah, like that treat, don't you? Yeah? Okay, well, he's enjoying himself. He's looking for more. He sees more, but he only gets a little bit at a time. Now I'm just going to sit down and wait. You can admire him kind of, or his ear right over there. Ow, Jesus, ow, that hurt. Alright, sorry, knocked my finger into the freaking desk here. Alright, but anyway, let's get started with the day here. Let me see if I can actually poke this up. I think this should do the trick. Yeah, okay, there we are. So let's start off with the weekly chart as always. Let's kind of break down what's going on. I'll make this pretty short and sweet here. I did a little bit of a longer video today, but for this, I'm just going to keep it short. We already know everything is for the most part I would say more neutral for Bitcoin. The MACD still remains bearish, and that's kind of the big indicator I'm looking for right now. The stochastic and the RSI have both gotten positive over the weekly chart. Typically, we want to see all three, because the last time that we had a bullish move from the stochastic over here, when the MACD was still red, it didn't really end up well for Bitcoin because people bought and it kind of cashed back down. Want to be a little bit more careful there, and that's kind of how I feel. I'm being patient. I'm kind of watching to see what happens. But all I really want you guys to know from the weekly chart here is, why does this feel like it's so zoomed in? It's not 100%. Excuse me. One of the things I want you guys to understand here is that we are hovering around the 20-week moving average. Usually there is a little bit of volatility around that. So what I'm hoping for here is that we can actually hold this level this week, and if possible, later on this week, start to have a breakout back above $65,000. That's kind of the goal here. We have a time limit, of course. I talk to you guys all the time about how we typically start slowing down. Then we kind of come back down here, slow down, come back down. Well, we're slowing down right now, and I'm hoping that we can have something more of a jolt. Typically, when I talk about momentum, I'm always telling you guys, hey, the one thing that can kind of help us out a little bit more is if whales come into the picture, we see some kind of aggressive moves. They're not going to look very organic, but they could possibly help us out. Well, that's kind of what we've been getting actually over the past few days here. I want you, especially today or the last 24 hours, check this out. Look at that volatility here. You can see what is a normal type of move here, some buys and sells and stuff. Sure, some aggressive buying over here, but make it move like that. There you go. All right, so normal stuff here with some volatility after having a nice big breakout after the Fed news. But look what happened earlier. Look at that today, or yesterday and today. We started to have a move. There was a big sell order that came that tried to push us back down. Then all of a sudden, whales responded, or bullish whales, I could say, because whales on either side. They push us all the way back up from 62,300 all the way up here to 63,000, about $64,000. Then we get launched back down, or just like punched back down, whatever you want to call it. And then we got pushed all the way back up here to 64,755-ish. That's as close to we've gotten as $65,000 this rally here. So there's still a lot of potential for us to go higher. This is kind of a more precarious spot to try to be buying in Bitcoin. If you guys were able to buy your assets just a few days ago, I'm sure you guys are a little bit more comfortable where we're at. So, be careful if you want to FOMO in here. I think a lot of people are just looking for some type of breakout to occur. For me, like I said before, when we were doing these types of trades, I kind of want to see if the 4-hour chart can get back to being bullish as far as momentum is concerned. But I think because I'm a little bit optimistic about Bitcoin trying to make a breakout play here, I'd be okay if the 1-hour chart got bullish for just a little bit here. After a nice bearish pause, if we can just get back to going up a little bit more, I think there's something to be said here. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably open up a long here. It'll be something more of a smaller long because, you know, this is going to be a pretty aggressive move. But, you know, we are due for a breakout. I'm hoping the breakout continues. We've had one breakout. We've had the momentum switch on the daily charts for us over the past week or so. That's really been good. Now I'm hoping we can just kind of continue on and start heading back up here to the high 60,000s. And then once we get to 70,000, that'll be a whole different test entirely. We're probably going to get rejected from that, to be honest, and then consolidate and then try to make a move closer to October. But you never know. When the move happens fast. And what we've been seeing here over the last few, I don't even know, the last few days, you know, what happened here, if I can find it, there we go. AI-related cryptos lead altcoin surge. Bitcoin breaks out near with several catalysts and Q4 analysts, or whatever. But you guys get this right here. AI-related cryptos are actually having a big day here, big week. So if you guys are looking to day trade something, those seem to be it. We did open a swing trade on one of those tokens, and that is World Token here. And we're up around 68% so far. Not as much as I would like it to 10x leverage, which basically means we're up 7% since we bought it. But you could see that when I did buy this, I bought this. Let me go over here to maybe the hourly chart. Because I kind of just, remember, it was a swing trade, so I didn't buy on the breakout type stuff. Like you can see a breakout happening from there. I didn't do that. I bought this 1453 of 919. So I bought it right here. It went up a little bit, sideways, came down even more, and then popped up. So that swing trade is actually, you know, giving us a little bit of gains here. And as far as the other trades we've been taking, I think we opened these up on Thursday before I had that migraine and stuff. Basically, just imagine like a stabbing pain behind your ear, or behind your eye. Sundog is down about 18% with a 10x leverage, so down about 2% basically. Pole, which is the other Matic here, one of you guys were talking about, so we took along there. It's up 22%, 23% now with a 10x leverage, so it's basically up around 2%. And then we have Ape, which is a 20x long, a little bit more, but it's up 120% right now, which is also making some good gains here too. So I am happy with how our swing trades are going. Altcoins as a whole seem to be moving in the right direction. Some of the more high risk tokens, you know, they are a little bit more floppy, but I'm okay with that because I'm hoping for a larger gain down the road here. But I'm liking what I see so far. So just a little bit of a breakdown. Some of you guys have been telling me that you guys are kind of bored of Bitcoin right now because it hasn't really been doing too much. And I understand you. You know, we're basically using today as a kind of a gauge to see whether Bitcoin's going to try to pop or if it's going to have something of a larger drop. Momentum is still okay for Bitcoin, but that 4-hour momentum needs to change up kind of fast. I think for most of us, if you guys are going to have stop losses, it's going to be from that point right there to that point right there, that kind of level, which will be around 62,351 or so. And so, you know, might be looking for a little bit of a dip here today to see if we can actually hold or not, and then go higher. But while Bitcoin's been a little bit more boring over the last few days, let me actually just zoom in here so you guys can see. Not really much has been happening. Ethereum has been a different case entirely. This has actually been grinding up bit by bit. Had a little bit of a weak day back over here on Sunday, but it's still popping up, and it's still heading up here to that next level order block, which is kind of around 2,700 to 2,800, basically, that $100 range. If you guys are having an open position, maybe you guys bought the momentum, maybe you guys did something else with a change of character. Right? If you guys, let's say you guys bought here, you guys are getting close to like selling some of those swing trades there, or at least shaving some off. That's just kind of what I'm thinking of right now. If I've taken any swing trades over the last week with momentum and change of characters have been happening on the support level right there, I'm shaving off a little bit. I'm not selling everything, but I am shaving off some stuff. You go back in time a little bit, look at things like Pepe. Let's get it here. What is that? That must be an old little line on a smaller time frame. Altcoins are still grinding, but we're not out of the woods yet. I've been looking for different opportunities for different types of pops here. Ape token has been working fine so far. Arbitrum, it's trying to pop, but it's having some issues. We're not out of the woods just yet. There are things like BNB, special cases where they're trying to break out. They're trying to make that move and have that big pop. So far, we've seen it only really happening with some of these AI tokens. Now, Turbo is a weird one because it's a meme token that was made using AI, so it's kind of had a little bit of an AI twinge to it. But Things like RLC, still trying to have that breakout there. Actually, did have a breakout. Did I have on the weekly chart though? Yeah. So there's a small breakout happening with RLC. This could be a good weekly hold or a swing trade season for like 2-3 weeks. Probably just up until the 20-week moving average. But GRT making the breakout there. What was that for? This is something else. I guess this breakout was a little bit different, wasn't it? Yeah, that breakout was way back over here last week. World token, like we were talking about, this has not broken out yet, but the reason I have this trade open right now, right, is because I'm hoping we do have the breakout and we can really start to see this soar. Maybe not back up here towards $12 or something like that from $1.70 to $4, maybe $3, maybe just back up here to the 50-week moving average. I'll take that. THA is also making a move. Fetch AI has been making a move. We've been talking about this one a lot because of the how they're, they have a mix of a bunch of other tokens with them now, basically like Ocean and so forth. Head and Shoulders playing out. It seems like the breakout did occur, and now it's going to try to come back up here over the next few weeks to 268. That's going to be a hard thing to do. There's a lot of, things stopping it at this point, like, resistance levels, let me just say that. But there are going to be some opportunities. We had two plans. One that was going to get rejected, come back down, and then try to break out again, or we were just going to break out. And it looks like we did break out quite well here, actually. Let me pull this back. I know I did a bunch of squiggles over here, but I like to explain sometimes. There we go. There you go. You can see how the breakout confirmed right there, and now we're moving back up, holding above the 20-week moving average. That should be some good news for those of you guys who have been looking into AI tokens, because AI tokens have been getting wrecked so far since March, and that's because they had such amazing rallies over here. That was a beautiful rally. But afterwards, unfortunately, we really came down hard. All that money came running out of there. So, a couple more things. Oil managed to bounce off of some strong, economic data a few weeks ago. We're still doing fine. I think it's fine that oil stays good, because that means the economy is doing good. And if we're cutting rates, we want to do it into a growing economy. That way, we don't actually have that that fear of a recession kind of overhanging everything. Daily chart. Still going okay, not great, but I would say just doing fine here. Dollar index still holding support here, coming down a little bit more. Yep, there you go. There's that nice support level from the order block from way back over here in July of 23. We're doing okay. And then a couple things here, just Dow Jones still moving, NASDAQ still moving, SPY still moving. Things seem to be working out just fine right here. I like what I see overall from the market. We just have to hope that Bitcoin can continue this momentum. Bitcoin, of course, is going to be a little bit more volatile, but again, we're pretty close to having that MACD crossover. I'm not going to try and say, hey, we're getting close, so therefore we can announce victory, and we're just going to go straight up. You never know if, the MACD is really close, like we are right now. Maybe it ends up just coming back down afterwards. So I really want to see that confirmation before I go gung-ho and be like, yeah, now I'm going to be happy to buy some Bitcoin. I'm going to ride this wave for a few weeks and see where it goes. I'd like to see a little bit more happening. And then for those of you guys who don't want to go solely off of momentum, so far when we've been watching these moves here, let's see, these breakouts seem to be a good place to buy if you just want to trade the swing, basically, like easy in, easy out. However, you just have to be aware of when that breakout happens. You can't be not looking at crypto every day like a maniac like me. You have to kind of be aware of when these breakouts happen. It's not too hard. And then you could either buy altcoins or Bitcoin. I know a lot of you guys are going to do a mix and then kind of just ride the wave from there. That's the easiest way I've seen to kind of get in this action. This is more of, what I'm about to say is more of a, what would you call it here? Kind of like me trying to think of, if I was a whale, how would I try to manipulate the market to go in a certain direction? One of those things is, you guys see how there could have been a death cross here between the 20 and the 50 moving averages on the weekly chart, and how we are still kind of close to having that. Well, I know that when we have these death crosses here, they're usually not a great sign of what's happening. Death cross is not good. Death cross is not good. They're usually not good things. But sometimes we get close to having a death cross, like back over here, right? And then what happens? Bitcoin just suddenly starts to launch. I'm hoping Bitcoin can do something like that, and then it just really starts to bring the 20-week moving average back up, excuse me, and then people start to, the crash fears cool off a little bit. I'm hoping we can have something like that. Again, we're in like the last couple weeks of September. October is right here. If we start moving up in October, I think we're going to be fine as far as stopping this death cross here. So that's kind of the goal I'm thinking of. If I'm some wealthy dude with, billions of dollars to kind of throw in Bitcoin, that's what I'm kind of trying to manipulate at this place. And hey, Kumar, happy to see you. GOP, Cameron as well. Let's see right here. Move over there. Let's see you. And hey, Ram. CT, when am I coming to Vegas? Got to meet up? Hold on. Sorry. Loki's right behind me, so I didn't want to like roll on him. I'm heading to Vegas at the end of October and the beginning of November. So I think it's going to be like a whole week stretch. It's going to be from like Money 2020. Yeah, so this is 2022. But I don't... Oh, I had to accept the cookies. Okay. USA. Yeah, here we go. So I'll be there from the 27th, right? Maybe the 26th. I'm not entirely sure. I'd probably just want to come in the day it starts. I don't want to be there like a day early. The 27th, and then Big Smoke for the cigars. Oh, Big Smoke, Las Vegas. Not the character Big Smoke. This one is on the 2nd, and I think I'm only going to go from the 1st. So, but I'll probably hang out on the 2nd here. So it'll be that 27th through the 2nd, through the 3rd, 27th through the 3rd, which means I'll be in Vegas from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll be in Vegas for 8 days. 1 day flying in probably a little bit later, and then the last day probably flying out probably a little bit earlier, maybe midday or something. So those are cool middle day, middle stretch of time in there where I'll be able to hang out with everybody. But yeah, this one's going to be kind of fun. I'm not going to go here and be too serious. I kind of just want to make some contacts and talk to people and see what's going on. That'll be about it. I'm hoping that may work out a little bit more, but we'll see. Calculate Dogecoin. Yeah, hold on one second. As far as Dogecoin's concerned, the weekly chart is having a small breakout right now. Momentum hasn't turned back around, but just like Bitcoin, you're starting to see the stochastic and the RSI give you those bullish signals. We just haven't had the big move yet. If Dogecoin's able to get a rally behind Bitcoin within the next few months, you're probably going to see it coming back up here towards 14, all the way up here to like 18 cents. What you see happen sometimes with Dogecoin, because it's a little bit more volatile and some of the news can really break the technicals, if you will. If you go over here and you just try to angle that down from that point right there, we've technically never broken out above this line until now, but we technically didn't break out yet because this week hasn't, we haven't closed above this line for the week, basically. We haven't closed above the trend line. So I see some hope for Dogecoin right now. The only real levels of resistance that I care about are not even the ones up here towards 16, 18, whatever cents right now. I don't care about those. For me, it's this huge cluster of moving averages. So this is the weekly chart. So looking at the 50, the 200, and the 20, the 20 has been a good level of support in the past. So is the 200, but when it breaks pretty hard. The 50 has only really been a nuisance, actually, since we've been down here for the last few, months? And that's been a big level of resistance. So you're going to see this cluster here, which means to me, I'm looking at this as more of a swing trade where I'm hoping for a large pop. So I'm not looking for it to buy at 10.5 cents and then sell up here like at 11.5 cents. No, I'm looking for one large candle like back over here or over here where we break above multiple moving averages. I'm expecting something large that takes us probably above 12.5 to 13 cents, maybe even higher. And then I'm probably going to start to sell whenever that big pop happens. And that'll be a good little swing trade in there for maybe 1 or 2 weeks of holding. That's how I'm kind of looking at Dogecoin now. I was hoping it might have already had that move, but it hasn't. But I haven't made any positions on it just yet, so I'm being patient. But we haven't had that move yet. Daily chart is still bullish here. Everything is still bullish and fine. You're seeing this little bit of resistance at this point in time, and it's gotten rejected once. It's gotten smacked down once. It's still, people are still buying it up. So I got some optimism for it here. We just need Bitcoin to hold on because, again, if Bitcoin starts to drop today, because we we get kind of close to these levels of resistance. We get kind of close to these formal levels of resistance, and then we just get smacked down. I personally, like, as far as being a little bit more safe here, because we've already made our money on this kind of rally up, I'm okay of just being patient for a little bit longer, and I'm going to buy into an aggressive move as it's happening. I don't necessarily just want to buy right now just because we're at this level of resistance. If we get pushed back down, but if you want to do something more of a swing trade, yeah, you can hold on for a couple weeks and see where we go. So far, the swing trades have been working out okay in our favor for World Token, for Ape Token, and then for Pole. But my Sundog hasn't been working out as well. My Sundog is down 2%, so about down here. It came back down quite a bit, then it popped back up. You know what I mean? So, but this is a totally different technical analysis because it's a newer token, so a lot more risk involved with this one than the other ones. But yeah, so it's okay to be a little bit more patient right now. That's probably what I'd be preaching. But you can see, look at Bitcoin's getting squeezed right here. There's somebody that's trying to sell a shit ton of Bitcoin, somebody that's trying to stop it from going down. Let's see which side wins. One of these walls is going to be eaten, basically over the next few hours, maybe, 5-6 hours, sometime in there. And then we're going to have a pretty aggressive move to the upside or the downside. I kind of want to just wait for that to happen. Then I feel more confident about us breaking above $65,000 and such. My opinion on XRP, and hey, Mattis, happy to see you. XRP is something that I don't even like to trade. I just buy and hold, and I hope for the best for it. I know what they got is solid. I see them making connections at all these different crypto conferences and fintech conferences. They have the stuff, but are they going to be able to, get that, get people to invest in their token because of that? I don't know. Right now, because XRP has been going sideways for so long, people kind of have that thought of it, Like, it's not like it's losing a bunch of market cap or anything. It's just boring. People don't usually want to invest in a boring crypto. Crypto is supposed to be fun and exciting. XRP has been boring. It's almost like, back when I first started investing in cryptocurrency, Litecoin was something you really wanted to have fun trading. Nowadays, it only has a fun day every quarter. It's not really happening with it. I think it's like I own some Litecoin, I own some XRP. I don't really trade it too much. It's kind of that long-term portfolio. They both have good projects. They both are, well known in the space. I'm just going to hold them for the long term and see what happens. They don't really perform as well as I would like for cycles. So they're much more in the camp of, hey, I'm going to hold you for 5, 10, 15 years and see what happens. Am I going to buy you for the cycle? No, because my capital is best used in other directions. So I typically don't go heavy into XRP for big swing trades in the market. And I don't go that heavy into Litecoin for that same exact reason. If I were to choose between those two, it obviously would be XRP as far as trying to do that momentum. But even then, I'm probably only going to invest something of a smaller to medium amount if we start to see Bitcoin going up, because I know, AI tokens and meme tokens, whatever, they'd be having much more explosive moves than you would just see from XRP. That's just the way it's been for the past few years. I'm not going to fight it. If one day it surprises me and it just starts going berserk and I wasn't able to swing trade it, I don't care, because I have that long-term portfolio that'll be able to make some money off it when it does start to rally. But yeah, it just has not been the best performer for me at all. And I like stuff that makes me money, that that typically does some good moves there. And hey, Allison, happy to see you. Hey, Sin, happy to see you. Let's see. Charlie's long, it looks like. Let me make sure here. Do you think it will hold up in a recession or a risky asset dump? So, sorry guys, I've been having a migraine now. The caffeine withdrawal, so I really need to get my hydration up. Okay, so if we go into a recession, I don't think Bitcoin would hold up in a recession, to be honest. Right, so I hear a lot of people talking about how we could go up in a recession. The way I see it happening is Bitcoin would come down a lot for probably about a year or so, and then Bitcoin would have an unimaginable rally right afterwards. But I think during that recession, you would see Bitcoin coming down a lot. So let me go over here to this naked chart that I have. Was always clean right here. All right. So let me show you guys this. Is there a Bitcoin on here? I don't even know. Okay. And let me get rid of the Luxalgo Smart Money Concepts one. And let's go over here to a monthly chart with Bitcoin. Okay. So we had the recession back over here in 2020 with the COVID, right? We also had a recession back in 2022. I will die on this hill that the government lied to us and the media lied to us because it was post January 6th in 2021 or 2020. No, 2020 election, 2021 wasn't happened yet. So it was post 2021 January 6th, and the media didn't want Trump to get any power. They didn't want Republicans to take any control in the Senate and House. So when we did have those negative 2 quarters of GDP growth, trading, economics, they pretty much lied and said there was no recession. And right over here, and let's see if I can. There you go. For those in the short thing, the short form video, right there. So basically, we had that recession right there. We had it. 2 quarters of economic contraction, shrinkage. The economy was going down. There was a recession. The media lied about the recession. They lied. CNBC lied. Fox Business lied. Fox Business was mixed, but they had pundits that came on and they lied, and they also had some anchors that lied as well. And Yahoo News, everybody, there is no recession. There is no recession. Just because we have the definition of a recession, that doesn't mean we're actually having a recession. No recession. And what happened, though, in Q1 and Q2, right? Q1, Q2 of 2022, Q1 of 2022, Q2 of 2022, that's when we got hit the hardest for Bitcoin. Now, this was kind of interesting because we did have exchanges dropping like flies. We had a bunch of businesses that were over-levered, that type of stuff. And then we had to deal with the ramifications of inflation. And then we had the banking crisis over here. There was a just turbulent time for us, just a really crazy time, right? But yeah, so I think Bitcoin would have a pretty nasty drop. Now, luckily for us, we only get to hear about these things every quarter, right? And thank you so much, Steve. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to keep on doing this for a while. I just, YouTube can censor some people sometimes, so I try not to be censored. So I'm not too blunt with you guys often. But basically, let's see. When is next GDP quarterly? I'm not typing this in correctly, but that's okay. So it's September 27th. That's coming up in this Friday. That's like 2 days before my birthday. So September 27th is the next one. After that, it will be a while before we have to deal with that, So right now, I think from what we've been seeing with the quarterly data here so far, it's been holding up fine, right? Doesn't it just, yeah, there we go. Right? We just had 3% in Q2. We should be fine. I don't think we're going to go from a straight 7% all the way crashing back down. I don't think that's what we're looking at. We'll see if it slows down again. But Q1 of 2024, that also had us spooked a little bit here, right? When that data came out, this would come out in January, February, March. This probably came out in April, basically, right? And well, let me see. When did Q1 GDP data come out? June. There you go. See, this is why I have to Google this stuff. June 27th. So pretty much nothing really happened there, right? I mean, it kept us going down instead of actually having a larger breakout moment there. But again, it didn't have too much of an impact. I think what'll have that larger impact is if we just, get in a little bit of trouble there with that negative GDP. There we go. Push this back aside. There we are. There we go. All right. Do you think in a year or two we will hear about exchanges taking over and other businesses to over leverage? What do you mean by that? We'll hear about exchanges tanking. Oh, and other businesses are too over. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I would say there's probably a solid chance you're going to see some exchanges go down. I mean, heck, wasn't there an exchange that went down this year already, and it wasn't even like the market wasn't bad. So yeah, I could definitely say if there's a recession, you might see some exchanges going down. But as soon as that Bitcoin death cross happens, I get much more bearish on Bitcoin as a whole here. So that's why I'm hoping the economic data still keeps us going right now, and why I like having those cold storage wallets. When I tell you guys about trading and stuff like that, I'm trading on JumpX, I'm trading on Blowfin, I'm trading on Weeks, I'm trading on just out there trading, even moving some stuff around on Coinbase or Crypto.com, right? If they have a specific token I'm looking for, but at the end of the day, I don't ever have more money in an account that I can't withdraw within a few minutes time, right? If you go to any of your accounts and you'll see when you withdraw, it'll say a maximum number. I never have more than that number in a single account. You can make down below, you guys know I'm sponsored by JumpX or Weeks or Blowfin, stuff like that. You can make 3 separate accounts, put as much money as you want in those accounts as long as it's not meeting that threshold. That way you're fine with just moving out the money as fast as possible. I don't think if an exchange goes down, like let's say I'm in BitGet and it goes down, right? I'll be fine moving my cryptocurrencies and my Tether and my stable coins from BitGet over to Coinbase, because I don't think Coinbase is going to have an issue with going down, if that makes sense. I think Coinbase is solid. I think Crypto.com is solid because they have much more regulation behind them. And at the same time, they typically don't offer all the crazy products that you're going to get from like a KuCoin or a BitGet or a Binance, something like that. A little bit different there, but yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few. Is it going to be as crazy as the 2022 days? No, I don't believe so. And really it's because we printed so much money. There was just so much crazy money out there, and there was so many crazy over-leveraged positions. I believe the government added another layer of regulation on top of that, which I think was needed. Oh, wait, they lied about the vid too? Oh, I can't be saying that type of stuff. What do you call? I'm just happy they gave everybody money, because I'd never seen a rally like 2021. That was insane. I never made so much money doing options trading in my life that year. What's HHE token? You looking for it on Coinbase, man? I have no idea what that token is. Usually right now, I'm just looking for meme coins. I haven't been looking for much else besides that. I'm just looking for stuff around like 50 million to maybe 400 to 500 million dollar market cap range. And I'm just seeing if there's anything good out there. Because again, there's not too many meme coins in that specific range. People think there is, but it's not hard for you guys to go over here to coinmarketcap.com. You look at the market cap, everything's already labeled at that, right? 500 million starts right here at 118. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 9th token is already below, 500 million market cap. And you look down. I already have Cat and Dog's New World. I had a book of meme. I have dogs. I have Mog. I have Baby Dogecoin. I have Meme Coin. I don't even think my Baby Dogecoin, after the 82% move it's had over the last 2 days, I'm not even sure if my Baby Dogecoin is profitable. That's how bad it's been for me. I'll keep holding, I guess, or take the loss for taxes and stuff. I have some meme coin. First Nero on Ethereum. I have a little bit of this right now. This has been interesting. I got this as a free Weeks airdrop a while ago. What is it? Now, how do you spell this one? There's like 2 of them, right? Nero ETH. Is this what it is? Actually, last time I looked at this, I don't think this was a good proper number here, but let me see. First Nero on Ethereum. It's just NEIRO, right? Maybe it was this one. I'm not entirely sure. No, but that's not a 60% move in a day. That's not a 60% move. Something is bad about their data sending it over to some of these, coinmarketcap.coms and such. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. First Nero on Ethereum, but it's NEIR. Is that Nero Ethereum? Nero. Well, whatever. It's not moving up as much as you would like, but again, I got this for free, so of course I'm just gonna kind of hold on to it. Pepe coin, 422. Turbo 400. Turbo was down a lot over the past weeks. You could have bought some down there for dollar cost averaging. Sundog, I own Sundog. I'll see what happens with it. So far, it's been fine. Simon Cat, Dog Runes, you know. But you come down here, it's all on the first page. All of a sudden, right here, we break to $50 million market cap right here between Arb Doge AI and Snek. You know, it's not too hard to put a few bucks into each of these tokens. Like PayPay right here has been talked about quite a bit. Milady's still doing okay, but it's had a really rough week, it looks like. Bobo's up 27, Win is down, Miro's down after, like, they've had really good pops, of course, but of course they're coming down hard after those pops. Degen, Dogelon Mars, Mother Iggy, Slurf. You know, there's only so many tokens you really have to choose from. So, you know, if you just buy a quarter of the tokens, you're probably going to be fine. Half a tokens, oh man, you have a good chance of hitting something big. 3/4 of tokens, oh yeah, you have a really good chance of hitting some really big tokens there. And like all of them, yeah, you're gonna get some money back. But again, you know, you don't want to go too crazy. You want to spend some time looking to see what you can realistically have a pop, right? Yeah, look at the squeeze going on right now. Look at this. Lower highs. We have pretty steady lows here. So I'm thinking right now the bears have the and the bears are in charge. Let me say that. There we go. Doesn't look too exciting though because nothing is happening. Nothing has been happening. Look at that. Nothing. We had a bunch of action, and then whoever was buying shit up was like, okay, I'm gonna cool off a little bit. Let's just kind of wait and see what happens. Maybe a little oomph right there, little oomph. But each oomph got kicked, you know, punched back down. But yeah, they're gonna try to make a push right now to the downward side. What I can do here is just so we can kind of keep track of it. There's a little bit of a support level. We can go over here to the 1 minute chart and see if we do actually get pushed down by the whales or not. Besides that, you're going to see a bunch of other tokens, you know, following Bitcoin's path. And again, we're pretty darn close. We're pretty darn close right now. How about Robinhood? I don't like Robinhood primarily because of their GameStop actions from a few years ago. It's just like a principle thing. But I don't think they actually have too many tokens. If they had more tokens, I'd be much more open to actually, you know, buying stuff on Robinhood. I think Robinhood, yeah, to me, it's just much more that I don't. Some of that stuff down. Yeah, they just don't have enough tokens for me to really want to buy, you know? Let's see. Yeah, that's it right there. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Lite, AVAX, Chainlink, Aave, XTZ, Uni, USDC, Whoopie, Sheeb, XLM, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, and Compound. The only thing I've ever wanted to really buy on there as of late is Compound. That's been it, Compound. Because Compound has a low market cap, and if you put that in, if you're going to tie that to what we saw with Dogecoin last time around, we might be able to see something of a pump there. But besides that, I just like my low market caps. And low market caps to be, Jesus, drinking too much water. Low market caps in Robinhood, they typically have crazy spreads compared to other exchanges. So let's say Compound is going crazy. On Binance, Compound is at $120. On Robinhood, you might see that same Compound for like selling for $160, and you sell it there, and basically it'll eventually correct itself back down to the original Binance price, and then you can buy it right back down and just to kind of take that profit. We did a lot of that back over there in 2021. And hey, GOP. Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. So I probably missed you actually. Your first message too. Yeah, I streamed. Oh, there's the move down. Told you the Bears were in charge. But what do you call it? It's not the end here. We still have some support levels from back over here, but you could see they were pushing us down here, and we were just not having enough momentum to catch back up. But yeah, so right now I'm streaming in vertical format, and I'm streaming in a horizontal, the normal format here. I've been trying to do this more and more. It's a little bit iffy because the way people find shorts live content, it's not very easy to find for me. You know, I thought YouTube would make it very easy like TikTok is, so you just scrolling and you see a live video. That doesn't happen on YouTube as far as I understand. I've been scrolling on shorts for a while now, and I still don't have a live video coming up. Here, guys, hold on a second. Loki needs a little bit of a treat. Let's give Loki a treat. Oh, wait, hold on. While Bitcoin's bouncing back up here. So he's doing good. There we go. Okay. I'm up first near with 93K the last 10 days. Maybe, I just don't see the price action moving it. I don't know where those moves are coming from. I wonder if it's just the exchanges are having issues or is CoinMarketCap.com. I'm not entirely sure because I've heard they're moving, but I just haven't seen those charts at all. Did I see that huge cup and handle Bitcoin is painting on the day chart? So far, there's been a few different styles of cup and handles here. I know, I see you. Right now, most people are thinking about this as one gigantic cup and handle. I think that's fine. Right now, I don't see any small cup and handles happening as far as like last few weeks. It's too V-shaped for me. Right now, I'm thinking of more of this as a double top type of whammy. So I'm hoping that we can break out and go higher because, again, this is a big level of resistance. What I've been, I guess, saying maybe too much because I can tend to be a little bit more repetitive is that when we do come up here and we start to challenge some of these old levels of resistance, a lot of times we end up getting slammed back down. I'm hoping we don't get slammed back down this time, but it makes me just more cautious to go gung-ho. We've almost had to rely more on momentum than change of characters. Change of characters didn't work out too well there. Didn't work out too well on the downside. Worked out fine there on the daily chart. Work structure, maybe. Change of character there, maybe a little bit better. But if you just go with the momentum, like right here, momentum is shifting a little bit. Even back over here, momentum shifted. As long as your stop loss is right there, you made some move if you swing trade. Bearish right here, didn't really, well, I guess the weekly chart was different back over here. But yeah, bearish over here, that worked out. Bullish over here, that worked out. Bullish over here, that worked out. Bullish over here, that worked out. You know, I kind of just want to wait a little bit longer before going gung-ho into this. There you go. I mean, look at that. Got bought up a little bit here. Now, it's not pretty. That's not pretty at all, but we'll take it. Seeing here, SCP, happy to see me, man. For sure, I just trade Doge right now. I mean, that's not a bad thing to do. If you like trading a particular coin and you're good at it, stick with it. Dogecoin is something that isn't too complicated. I think it usually has people don't usually day trade Dogecoin as much just because they're not used to trading something with like that's worth pennies, like something that's worth like thousands of dollars, just because they're usually trained on Bitcoin, right? So they usually go from Bitcoin to Ethereum. But I think Dogecoin is fine as long as it's following those technicals, and so far it's been doing pretty good. And hey, Waldo Productions, happy to see my man. You haven't missed much. We're just talking about Bitcoin here. Shorts have a little bit of an advantage today, so bears a little bit more cocky. We're kind of waiting to see if Bitcoin can just hold up because we're just having so much trouble breaking out of these resistance levels. We've gotten close today. You can see the volatility happening right now, but we still haven't been able to really hit that $65,000 level. When we get close, you're probably going to see a big, massive pop, and then we'll be off to the races towards the 70s range. But until then, relax, enjoy your time. Nothing crazy going on right now. Oh, there we go. But yeah, it's been a pretty good time here. So I know it's going to be a little bit more boring here, but we have seen tokens doing some really good things. And that's what I want to point you out to. Maybe let's go to an hourly chart. You can see Bitcoin's been boring. Ethereum has been making some moves. Solana has been a little bit more boring, but it's consolidating for a breakout, hopefully. Dogecoin having some volatility, having some moves here. With token, more slumber. That's okay. Had a big move earlier. Bonk, more coming back down. Miro, nothing really crazy. Baby Dogecoin consolidating after a monster of a move. That baby can rest all she wants. STMX over here, volatility still moving back up. I got a lot of money tied up in this thing, so I'm hoping it does have a good altcoin season rally. Book of Meme, again, a good rally. We head back over here, cooling off since then. Sheeb, not doing much, but I'm hoping for something like a pop. Sheeb just likes to pop. Pepe, not much. Floki, not much. Milady, not much. ADA, making some moves. Amp, meh. Ape Token, I bought into this. It's more meh. Arbitrum, actually, Ape Token, it's not bad, but like I bought it like way back over here, so it looks like it's better. So it looks like I'm better off. Arbitrum, cooling off after a nice move. AXS, again. BNB having a lovely rally right now over the past few hours. XRP coming down a little bit more, but again, XRP, what's it doing? It's going flat. Bitcoin Cash, flat after that initial big pop over there. Chili's making moves. AVAX, meh. Jasmy, ooh, Jasmy's actually looking not too bad. Comp, okay, yeah, nice. Crow, meh, not doing too good. Dot, meh, But as I kind of go through these tokens a little bit fast now, you can see they've had some good rallies, but a lot of consolidating. But you're seeing a few that are actually having some nice days. And those that are making some out of the ordinary moves compared to Bitcoin, that's kind of what I'd rather be trading right now. If you're not used to trading those types of tokens, you don't have to go gung-ho. But for me, I'm kind of too spooked to be doing much else besides these smaller day trades here. Like I said, if we can hold on a little bit longer and get that 4-hour chart back to being bullish, I'm happy to go long and see what I can get out of it. The 1-hour chart's been a good indicator of that as well. Not as accurate, of course. Like here's a move that worked out fine. You pull this up a little bit more. That one worked out fine for scalping. This one did not. Right, spiked but came back down. But typically, it's been pretty darn good at getting us some good moves here. If the 1-hour chart starts to turn on, I'll buy some. If the 4-hour chart turns around, I'll double down. And then from there, I'll just kind of wait and see what happens. But until then, it's just like, it's bearish. And it's not the bearish where I'm super excited to short into it because it's already been bearish for a hot minute. 4 hours been bearish for a hot minute. The daily is still bullish. You don't want to go into that where it's going to be choppy. Nobody loves to trade a choppy market. The only people that love to trade a choppy market are going to be scalpers. And if you're a scalper, God bless you. But heck, I scalp with you guys every now and again. But it's just like, I don't want to see Bitcoin go up like 0.2% or something for me to get some profit because then I have to use a lot of leverage. The fees are kind of high. And I'm like, But the scalpers know what they're doing. And hey, patients, have a look at Michael Fork on Tap to Tau. I don't know what that. Kome, have a look. Michael Fork to Tau. Let me know what the token is you want me to look at because there could be Fork to Tau. Maybe it could be token. Maybe the Tau is a token. Let me know what the actual token is, and I'll take a look at it for sure. And thank you for the super chat. But yeah, just let me know the token, and I'll be happy to look at it. Bitcoin inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Depends on the time of what you're talking about. I don't think so because we didn't really have a clean shoulder, I think. Right? I would have loved to see a shoulder right there. What was it? Ethereum that had the shoulder or Solana? One of those two? No. What had the shoulder? We were talking about it earlier. I don't know why I forgot. Was it World Token? No. I swear we were just talking about something a while ago that had a perfect head and shoulder move, but I don't recall what it was. Ape? No. ADA? Pepe? Sheep? No. Bonk with. No, I can't recall which one it was. Mog? Turbo? RLC has a little bit of one right here. See how it kind of actually comes down, but yeah. It's close, but not exactly there. Kome token? Okay, thank you. Okay, see, I was not even looking at the Kome one. Alright, so let me first check out what the market cap of this is. COMAI. Get out of here, all this extra shit. $656 is a market cap of 33 million. It's up 100% today, so a little bit more risky to be going into. But heck, if you guys like to day trade, this could be it for you. Don't exit out of that. Let's go over here. It's only on MEXC right now, so a little bit more difficult. So let me double check for people that want to buy into this. Yeah, only really on MEXC at this point in time. Perpetual, this is a newer token for sure, coming out of nowhere. Excuse me. So it's been on MEXC since March. Oh, what a horrible time to launch onto an exchange. My God. But it's having a nice little pop right now. That means the market cap probably came down really, really low. It was probably at risk of being delisted at some point. Yeah, look at the liquidity in this one. You see how it's like jumping up and not being as nice. Liquidity might be an issue, so don't try to go heavy in this. You see how it's just kind of jumping up between the bid and ask prices? Be careful of that. Now, as far as what it's doing, though, momentum has been on its side all the way back over here since September 9th. It's come up here towards resistance. It's currently getting rejected from that resistance. 12 hours still looks fine. Is there any other thing as far as like, no. Had a breakout there. It might try to have a rally back up here towards 39 cents here, maybe for a little bit of a higher move. But it looks like it's cooling off a little bit more. 4 hours still good. 3 hours still good. 2 hours still fine. See, the thing about this is I doubt it's going to actually, because it's so choppy here from the lack of trading volume, I'm not entirely sure if it's actually going to honor some of these Fibonacci levels, but we can see. Not there. There, it's okay. There, maybe. Yeah, right there. Yeah, maybe if it can close above 32, but basically like 32.5 cents, it can make its way back up here towards 37 cents. That might be your best bet. And it wasn't 37 cents. Yeah, it so matches up with these levels of resistance up here. So yeah, 37 cents might be a nice little top here for a while. 30-minute chart. Yeah, it doesn't see the Fibonacci's not working as much. Let me take the log off and see if that works. Does that work out? Yeah, I think that works a little bit more. Yeah. If you take the log off, you might actually be able to get up here to 40 cents. So maybe something around the realm of 37 to 40 cents would be my price target if I'm buying right now off of one of these lower moves. I'm trying to see though. There really hasn't been a lot of bearish momentum because it's just been going up here. So this is something more of a high risk play that you kind of just want to buy on the lower levels. It still has momentum to go higher. The only concern I have about it is right now Bitcoin's looking more bearish. So you might see this kind of like come down for a little bit, and that might be the time to attack it. Overall, it seems fine. When you're looking at this more in the longer term, though, that's where I think you see a lot more potential. But it is a weekly chart. It's basically also getting attacked by this 20-week moving average. You hold on for next week or the week after when Bitcoin's able to break out above 65,000. I think that's when you're like much more gung-ho. If you're buying right now, I'd rather be buying for that type of thing. And then you can kind of get back up here towards around 42 cents. And then once you're above that, I mean, you really just start slingshotting it up to 70 and so forth. And, you know, buy at 32, sell at 70. I mean, that's a pretty good return on your investment right there, especially if you're doing leverage. Now, it looks like you can only buy it on MEXC, which is going to be an issue because a lot of people in the US can't buy it, of course, or can't trade on MEXC. But, and, you know, if you have the opportunity to do so, it could be a real fun trade right there. Volatile, so be careful. But if it does slow down too much and it starts getting boring, I would make sure to not hold on for, like, you know, months or something, just because the liquidity there looked like it might be a little bit more difficult to actually get out of larger positions. So if you do buy in there, $100, $200, that's probably as much as I'd feel comfortable investing in a token like that. Do I think base tokens are going to pop off soon? I don't actually know if it's going to like pop off soon compared to everything else. I assume they're going to have their moment like everything else. And right now, Bitcoin still has a good chance of breaking above 65,000 bucks over the next like week or two. So I would say yes, but I don't know if it'll be the first among things to really start to rally. We've already seen AI tokens actually have a nice little move here today that may start to expand upon other tokens. You know, Tron tokens were popular a couple weeks ago. I'm still watching Tron tokens right now, and I'm trying to see if there's one I can buy here, but just baby steps here. I'm not going to go gung-ho until the data says I should, and right now the data says I should just got to be patient at this point, and that's fine by me. I mean, look what happened. Look how boring Bitcoin is right now. Nothing is happening. And while nothing is happening, you could try to trade some altcoins here if something is happening on the altcoin, but, you know, I'm not being lazy, but there's just nothing there that makes me want to sell. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I want to get into that. And I'm just not getting that vibe from much else out there. Jupiter's been peaking nicely on the 16-hour chart. Ooh, that's nice too then. What exchanges do I use? It depends. So, okay, I live in the United States of America. I don't have all the exchanges that everybody else has outside. So I don't have Binance. I don't have KuCoin. I don't have BitGet. I don't have MEXC. I don't have any of the juggernaut places. I have access to smaller ones that have good liquidity, and I just choose to go on those ones. So the ones I have links down below, but like there's Weeks. Weeks is for more low market cap tokens for that riskier trades, if you will. JumpX is for me to do more medium-sized positions on small market cap tokens, but not like the 5 and 10 million ones, a little bit larger ones, right? And there's Blowfin for a lot more Bitcoin trading and stuff like that, especially when I'm trying to do swing trades. The best fees are on JumpX though, so typically I prefer to do that because I get those little rebate things. Like right now, World token, that's what I'm holding right now, and here And of course, world tokens coming down hard. But this is a swing trade, so let's see where this goes, right? Let's see how far this goes. But yeah, so I use a bunch of different exchanges. The reason these exchanges are available in America is because they don't have all the other programs. Like, they don't have as many earn programs and stuff like that. They try to keep the SEC as happy as possible. Can I draw a support line from the March 2020 bottom until now, ADA? March 2020. There you go. How does it look with log? With log, we already broke down. Without log, double check A, point B. We're barely holding on right now. But to be honest, Ethereum has found a pretty similar way to hold on as well. So I think we're okay there. There's a log one with Ethereum. Holding on, trying to bounce off some Fibonacci levels and such. So far, so good, I would say, in a lot of these. But specifically for ADA, if you're looking for a good opportunity to buy this and you think Bitcoin's going to be able to hold strong for the next few weeks and try to break out towards 70,000, this is going to be a great opportunity to buy. I mean, you can, when you put on log, you can kind of see how crazy altcoin seasons get, right? Which is why people typically, when they're dollar cost averaging, we don't care about any of this shit or, like any of that. We don't care because we know there's going to be what's that song from the Righteous Gemstones? There's going to be a payday or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a payday, and it all looks inconsequential when we're looking at that. Even the March drop looks like it's nothing compared to altcoin season. Again, you go over here towards Ethereum, we're playing around right here right now, apparently, and I mean, when it happens, it happens. Now, will this have a crazy big move? No, because the market cap is completely different for Ethereum, but it can still move all the way back up to the highs and such. But something with a smaller market cap like Ape token, Arbitrum, yeah, AXS, yeah, you can still see these big moves coming here. File, I mean, look at Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, I mean, we've already talked about this type of pattern here before, actually, but, we're not too far off. Most tokens came back down to those lows from 2020 and 2021, right? ICP. But every time. But yeah, even Link has come down quite hard over the years. Fetch AI, right? It's been around for a while. Had a huge pump up in March of this year. 2021, it only came back up to here. It's all about the market. PHA came down hard, spiked up a little bit, had a nice little move back over in March. Maybe it'll do something else. I'm kind of excited to see what will happen here, actually, because it's been able to hold on for the last few years. World token, something that's newer, big spike, came back down. I'd be hoping for another spike round 2. We have that position ready to go, and we'll see what happens. So far, of course, the short term has been nice, but long term may be a little bit more unpredictable. UFO token, there's been a lot of stuff that's just kind of come down. This is Theta, Sushi, Spell token, Sand, Mana. I mean, the metaverse boom was something crazy, but the March compared, nothing. So let's go back over to the 5-minute charts here. There you go. Yep, Bitcoin's still coming down. They tried to pump it back up, but it was not enough. That's what I'm saying. When you see that wall coming down bit by bit by bit, you got to break that sucker before it pushes you down. There we go. And here, Roach Demon. Oh, dude, I hope the surgery's fine. I hate surgery, man. It freaking sucks. But you got to get some good food in your system. That's kind of what I've been through my surgeries. Some good food and something to keep you busy. Like literally, I don't know if it's like watching people like me on YouTube, you know, or relax. But like, yeah, just chill, relax, because the TV is always kind of boring. Hopefully, if you've been in the hospital, yes, so you could watch the football games and watch the Cowboys get butt hurt. But besides that, trust me, I know when my mom was in the hospital, I used to be at the hospital every day for like weeks. So yeah, I totally get you. Have a laptop, enjoy yourself, make sure you have some Netflix or something, you know, and hopefully after the spine surgery is done, you can be plopped up on some pain pills for a while, relax, get your energy back, and get back out there in the world. Yeah, trust me, I know. My best friend Zed actually had spinal surgery, so I've seen a lot of it. It takes a while to get better, but hey, he feels like 20, 30 years younger, whatever he says. So, good luck, man. Sheep with hat, heard of that? Sheep with hat. No, I've only heard of dog with hat. I have not heard of sheep with hat. Yeah. Let me put this back over here. What else going on? Chat's dying down a little bit, so let me see if I have anything to do before I hang up for the night. Let me check out. Let's see. Anything popping up on here? Celestia is up 22% so far today. Same with AR is up 15. Near is up 13. There are some positive movers here today, despite Bitcoin going sideways, it looks like. And also a lot of the stuff was actually up even more before Bitcoin started to fall as well, which kind of makes some sense here. Anything down a lot? H&T, FTM, Pendle. Yeah, a little bit. Looks like altcoins were taking advantage of today. Let me go back over here to... Where is it? Let me just go through this one, I guess. How's Bitcoin dominance looking as of late last year? Yeah, Bitcoin dominance hasn't been really changing too much besides Bitcoin and overall. Yeah, not too bad at all. Maybe others changing up a little bit, not too much. There you go. And actually, I cannot use a stop loss. I use liquidation as my stop. I mean, if that's what you have, that's what you have, especially if you're going to be doing isolated trading. I think that's fine. But in those circumstances, I try to have less leverage than more, just because, it can be kind of it can be stressful getting liquidated. Now, you can almost think about it as, at least I know if I'm liquidated, my rest of my portfolio isn't too bad. But still, that kind of spooks me out every now and again. Let's see what's going on there. That's not too bad. Oh, why'd that stop? Okay, that's fine. There we go. All right, everybody. What's right there? Oh, hey, Tyler. Happy to see you. Back to 59. If you're looking at Bitcoin right now on the daily chart, how far we can come back down. Right now, it looks like we'd probably start coming back down to the 61 range. By then, we're going to have the 20 and 50-day moving averages up there as a little bit of a level of support. We might be able to bounce off of those sometime on Wednesday, Thursday, if we do have a larger push down. And then, yeah, we would see what happens next. For me, I'm not even shorting this right now because the volatility here is like a little bit too much as far as how I would like to have my stop losses in place. Imagine, a while ago we were kind of bearish over here. Imagine trying to do some bearish moves and then whales step in here to play games. It looks like there's a bullish whale in here, or whales that are trying to push Bitcoin back up. How much, capital do they have to like really push us higher? We'll still have to wait and see. But right now it's definitely just been not enough. This has not been enough to get us there. But we got so close. So I have to believe they're going to try again here. It's just that those stop losses are going to be crucial if you're going to be trading right now. Go back over here. This SPY, NASDAQ, right, they're plateauing a little bit right now as well. Dow Jones is still moving up a teeny bit here. But everything's kind of just in this weird holding pattern. Oh, sorry, that was oil. But yeah, waiting at levels of resistance. If you're Bitcoin, everything else, they're kind of breaking out to all-time highs. But yeah, Bitcoin's having some trouble here, and we're just trying to get back on track. Let's see. Yeah, well, yeah, just, again, it's, how do I say this? It's not terrible if you're trading spot, But I think where it becomes a challenge is if you have any type of leverage. So right now, let's say you had a short over here, right? And let's just say your price target was just back over here for a nice little play, right? About a 2% gain. Well, within a few minutes, you get jolted back up here, and all of a sudden you're getting stop lossed out the wazoo. First stop loss, second stop loss, third stop loss. They're all getting slammed. There's no fixing it here. So, yeah, it's just a little bit more unpredictable than I like, or than I normally like. Because again, if it's normal technicals, you're typically fine to just chill out and kind of let it ride, remember? But when you have this type of stuff, you're like, what the hell is going on right now? And you're not usually having the same type of warning signs. Again, that's why I talked about the hourly chart. The hourly chart seems to be doing okay right now. That seems to be doing okay. But the daily chart is still bullish. So if I'm going to the 1 hour chart, I'm only going to really be using it for longs here. So again, while we're still bullish, I'm going to be patient. And if the hourly chart goes back up, that's when I feel like I'm going to be looking, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going long like crazy right here for like a short-term play, not a long-term play. And then I'll see what happens. But yeah, that type of volatility, oh, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, you probably saw a lot of people kind of buy in right here. And then when it tanked, they all kind of sold and panicked, and somebody else came in to buy. And then these people that sold off here, they probably rebought in over here just to get dumped on again. It was just like a story. Oh, everybody was trying to have a bunch of fun. That was just too much. I didn't even see this happening too much because I was actually getting a haircut at this exact hour. So I missed it. And then afterwards, I was watching football because apparently there was a lot of shit going on with football that day. Yep. And always, Charlie, you have a good night as well. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream right now, guys. It's been a cool hour chilling with you guys. I'm going to stream around, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. Maybe a little bit earlier. I'm not entirely sure. Right now, I'm just waiting to see if Bitcoin manages to turn around, and if Bitcoin starts to turn around the hourly chart, I'm going to go live tonight. I'm still getting over this migraine here. There's a little bit of a headache I have, but not much. But it seems like the chat's died down a little bit, and when that chat dies down, I kind of lose all motivation to really talk, especially when I'm coming back from streaming. So, I'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight. Hopefully this little tickly thing I have in my throat will go away as well. Probably get myself some tea. But things still look okay. We're a little bit more bearish in the shorter time frames here, but basically that daily chart is still giving us maybe 1 or 2 more days to have a nice pop. I know we've talked about this before. The pop most likely will not look too organic like we talked about over here, but when it does happen, you might as well be long, So we've talked about these types of moves over here where all of a sudden Bitcoin spikes a little bit here and there, a little bit of a drop down like that. That's fine. We're kind of used to that right now. But right now, it seems like there's a little bit more funkiness at play. Almost like there's big news events happening, but I don't think we've seen as many big news events over the past few days besides the Fed, right? So I'll see you guys a little bit later, and thank you guys so much for watching. And see you guys probably later on tonight. I'm hoping that the hourly chart will tick us back up. If not, you probably won't see me tonight. You'll probably see me tomorrow morning because that's when it'll probably flip by then. But I'm hoping to do some late night streams with you guys this week. Probably around midnight my time for the Europeans, and for anybody on the West Coast still up. And I'm probably going to try to do a midday stream or something like that. I do have another video in the works just talking about what the Federal Reserve cuts are going to do for everybody as far as, housing loans and stuff like that, credit cards and stuff. Hopefully that'll be up pretty soon. And then I'm basically going to try to copy the finance guru. So you guys won't see as many technical analysis videos. You guys can obviously watch them here, or members get them every day, I would say, plus some options plays coming up. But you guys, if you guys are stream watchers, you guys should be fine.